Hey, what's up, guys? Today I am going to be working on the assembly of the Strike Force SKS stock. I am looking to put a shorter stock for my son so that he can shoot a deer rifle without having to put his arm over the stock, which usually ends up with the scope hitting him right here. We tried it with my 270 and it wasn't pretty. So I've got an SKS that I bought a long time ago. You need some kind of modern firearm, a 223, an SKS, an AK, something like that, that will allow modifications pretty easily so that you can shorten up a stock. And with this one, it's got the adjustable stock, you see here, and it also has some kind of built-in, I think it's called the Scorpion, recoil suppression. So it sounds like it might be a good fit, something to try. I wasn't able to find any YouTube videos on actually how to assemble it. There's a lot about how to take, the SKS out of the old stock and chassis and put it in the new one, but nothing about putting this one together. And the instructions are lacking. So I'm going to take a look at this and try to put it together. I started a little bit ago and then got stuck. And that's where I started looking for YouTube videos on how to do it and couldn't find any. So I'll just make my own. Let's take a look at what we've got here. So here's the instructions. This part was very confusing. I was trying to figure out why am I pressing this and then pulling up on this to insert some tube. And I realized, you know what? It came with the tube already in there. So the first 3-4 sections really weren't helpful because it was already done. I did find this 5 and 6 pretty simple to do. You just essentially slide the nut into these little clamps. That was easy. And then it goes underneath here. And then essentially on both sides, put a nut through the middle right here. And it says what is that? A 6/32 hex nut. I don't know why they didn't include it. It's like super tiny. I think I've got maybe metric. I had to pull these out of my bow case, but it's like very skinny. And it's actually somewhere in between these two. One's too small and one's a little bit too big, but with enough brute force, you can just push it right in there and it turns these tiny little hex nuts. So that's as far as I've gotten. I'm going to set this up on a tripod and we're going to work on the problem that I couldn't find is how you actually get the stock into this hole. And so you got this tube. Looks like it would go straight in to the stock, but let me get this set up and we'll figure that out together. All right, guys, so here we've got kind of the layout here. So this is where there's no directions. There's nothing about, so we got the attached to the cheek. So I've got that on, and then you flip it over, and now it's talking about tightening the left side of the cheek rest to the rail. Okay, put it on, screw it in. Great. What happens after number 9? So we've got this, which is the piece, you see there, and then we have the rest of the chassis, and we have no other instructions on how these go together. That's the part that I was looking for. They do have some pretty thorough instructions on how to actually take the old stock off, how to disassemble the SKS and put it back together, but that's not what I need. I need to know how this fits into this. And it looks like maybe it goes straight in here. There's a notch and a hole. There's some kind of mystery holes up here, straight through. And you can see if you have something skinny, you can kind of stick it all the way through. I'm not sure what that's for, but there's also like some little grooves here. And I think maybe we just push it in. And so let's try it here. And I have to kind of try to do this before my wife gets home. She don't like me playing with guns, especially when we have visitors. So, oop, that didn't work. I'll try two. It doesn't seem to really want to go. Let's try it. Oh, shoot. That does not want to go in there. I mean, it's only in there by about that far. You can see the hole that was at the edge. You can still see just the very top of the hole there. So it's not really in there, but let's try maybe some tap, tap, tap. That seemed to work pretty decently. All right. Aha. Now we do have a hole that lines up here. You can't see in there. Light. That may have been the missing component. Damn it. My light's out. Let me get a flashlight here. Ooh, that one's bright. All right. You can see we've got a fairly deep hole here, and there is a big screw that came with this. I'm going to try a few more taps. Maybe that's why it suggested a hammer in the instructions. It didn't tell you what you're going to need it for. Ooh, almost crushed that little Allen into my tile. All right. Now let's open this baby up and take a look. It looks pretty good. Let's see. So we've got our big screw. I'm pretty certain it's going to go in there. Again, without any instructions. Who the heck knows? But it seems like you would want your stock screwed into something, just so stuff's not sliding around on you. That's pretty tight. There we go. So maybe that's what we needed. It seems pretty legit there. I think we're in business. In spite of no instructions. A little brute force. Squish this up. Fold it. Does lock. So yeah, I think we're good. All right. So let's work on the rest of it here. Oh, not the right thing. Push that, release it, open it up. Now we got the pistol grip. Again, nothing that says anything about how the pistol grip works, but this one doesn't seem too difficult when I say that. It's a couple of separate pieces here. Oh, there we go. So you got this rubberized stuff, and then the grip itself. Looks like this goes in here. That makes sense. What do you do with it? We have a couple of extra screws. I'm guessing we have a long screw. Maybe this one goes in that area. Can't see that very well. Got screw down in there. So let's see if I see why those guys have those gun benches for working on stuff. That would make it so much easier. I feel like that one went in pretty good. And We got, still have this rubberized thing here. Maybe this goes. Seriously, like, just had this out. There we go. Probably 2 of the smaller screws. Go in here. Do I have extra? I've got some nuts. A nut slide in there? Nope. Nope. So looking on this gun stock, there's a lot of places where you just take the little nut and you just slide it in, like inside here on the rails. You just drop the nut in, and then you just kind of hold it and put the screw in. And it looks like there's, okay, so these 2 nuts are going to go under here for this long rail. Or maybe the short one. Probably another short one. Yeah, I don't know if I want another short one on there, or I want to take that one off and put the long one on there. The long one does not look like it has the same hole in the middle for the swivel to go into your sling. So we're gonna probably do without that one. All right, I found my extra screw. So now let's line this up, slide it in, and I'll drop these screws in. Again, none of these instructions were included. Maybe I got kind of a bunk set. Maybe this is just easy stuff for somebody that does this all the time, but this is my first modification to my SKS that I got when I was 18, which I'm 45, so it was a long time ago. All right. Well, I think other than this little Picatinny rail, we'll go ahead and put that one on because I kind of like it. I've never had a gun with Picatinny rails. I don't have an AR. This is the closest I've got. If I had an AR, I wouldn't have to do this. I'd just buy the stuff for it. Let my son shoot deer with it. But this is going to be what it is for now. And hopefully with the kick suppression, it doesn't pop him in the eye. And the fact that he can shoulder it properly should certainly help. That one fell out. Put that one back in the little groove there. Hold it in. Just tighten that bad boy down. This was, the SKS I got was originally for hunting hogs. But now I can put a light, I can put a laser, put all kinds of things on this cool thing. All right, so that's as far as I can go today. I've got to go get the gun from our hunting cabin. That's where we keep the safe so that, you know, the kids can't get into it. It's not a threat to anybody. Trying to be responsible gun owners. So I'll finish it up once I've got the actual gun components, and maybe we'll do some videos on him shooting it. All right, so long for now. For my SKS.